This particular episode is called I Can and I Must. And when I talk about I can and I must, we're going to kind of narrow it down to the most important things that you really need help with and to try to understand and to get into a habit. Remember, they're all rich habits, and everything that you do in life are habits. Sometimes they take 21 days. You know, if you go to Europe, it says they take 65 days to develop a good habit, to embed it into your subconscious mind and do it without even thinking about it. So for an example, you get up, you probably brush your teeth without even thinking about it. And that's what a rich habit is all about. So we're not only going to talk about I can and I will, but talk about some about your rich habits and how important it is for each and every day that you stick to your goals, you stick to your passion. Now, there's a big difference between passion and setting goals. Passion is something that you love to do. So I want to emphasize that. Something that you love to do. You just enjoy doing it. It lights you up. It gives you the energy. It gives you the passion. It gives you the love for what you do. And you either do it for yourself, and then you take that information and you pass it on to other people. That's really the name of the game. Passion. When you set goals, you set certain goals, whether it's your health, whether it's financially, whether it's in your career, or whether it's in your relationships. That's when you set goals. I want to become a better person. I want to be more kinder. I want to be kinder than anybody else. I want to stay monomaniacally focused. That means doing one thing at a time. Okay? I want to develop my career. You know, what do I want to do? What do I go to work with? Do I enjoy the people I work with? Not only do I enjoy the people I work with, but do I enjoy coming to work every day? That's really the key. What do you love to do? There's certain things, and I talk about that in my Book Solid program. I talk about every single one of us have what I call 3 superpowers. So when you identify them, it just makes it that much more easier. So when we talk about I can and I will, you know, a lot of times we procrastinate. Well, a lot of times we don't make a to-do list. You know, the big 5, the little 5. You know, the big 5 is what are the most important things that you have to do on a daily basis. What are your little 5s? Well, I need to go to the grocery store. I need to do this. I need to do that. Whatever it might be. Them are the little 5s. That doesn't take a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of state of mind and stability in your mind on what you want to do. You know, when we really think about it, you know, when we get on Facebook and we get on TikTok and we get on Instagram and we look at a lot of these speakers, and the speakers are phenomenal. I have to tell you that. I don't care who they are or what they are. But when you really think about it, a lot of the material that we talk about, it's just a reminder to keep us back on track. You know, just because I speak to you and try to help you and to coach you and to move you along doesn't mean I'm any better than you. I might have more experience than you, or I might have done something that set me back maybe a year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, whatever it might be. But we learn from that experience. So as we get older, we want to not make the same mistake twice. We can make mistakes. Everybody can make mistakes. I have to tell you, I make mistakes every day of my life. I'm not perfect, you know, and I learn. I learn from other people. I learn from other artists. I learn from different relationships, you know, but only surround yourself with people that are going to give you the fuel. It's going to give you the energy. That's going to give you their opinion. You know, this morning I had a great conversation with one of my partners in real estate, and he's a wonderful man, just a wealth of knowledge that he has in the real estate industry, in the real estate business. Extremely successful, when I tell you. Walks his talks, and it was just so nice to be able to talk and have a conversation and just pitch and catch together, and he'll give his opinion about something, I'll give my opinion about something. Whether or not we take the initiative, it's entirely up to us. But you got to have a good conversation with people that walk their talk, that are real, that have done it before, you know, that makes sense to you and to everybody else. You know, when you don't talk to somebody and somebody always looks at you and points the finger and says, well, that's your fault. You're going to do this and you're going to do that. Now, you shouldn't have done this and you shouldn't have done that. And why didn't you do this and why did you do that? You can go up with a million excuses. That's only their opinion. But I can tell you this, none of us have done anything intentionally. There are certain people out there that want to hurt you intentionally, that are jealous of you, that don't speak that highly of you because you did something to them to hurt them. You know what I mean? So it doesn't hurt to sit back and try to understand why we do a certain thing or why they evaluate it or why they think this way. Remember this, you can't change anybody else, but you can change yourself. And that's not an easy thing to do. Changing ourselves is a very difficult thing, and we only want to change it for the better. You know, how are you getting better each and every day? Are you doing things to empower you, or are you doing things to disempower you? So when we talk about I can and I will, well, you can do it. You can do anything you want to do. Most of it is just a mindset. It's psychology, sociology. It's what you think about. It's self-awareness. It's self-intelligence. That's the key. You know, and when you understand why you do what you do and you want to move forward, and you got to take chances. You got to take risks. You got to bet on yourself. But there's enough people out there to give us enough resources to give you the right answer or the wrong answer, and then you decide which one that you want to deliver or which one that you want to take. Okay? When you say I can and I will, there's no question about it. That's just positive affirmation. You know, speaking of one of my friends, I was talking to him the other day, and he was at a birthday party, and most of the people were in there were in their 90s. So I said to him, what was the key question that you asked them? You know, 90 years old, 92 years old, what was the key question to have continuous longevity? And he said it as quickly as possible. He said, you know what, Paul? You just got to be positive. You got to have a good attitude. You got to have a good outlook on life. Because remember, I always say this every single day of my life. Things are only temporary. And the things that you can control, and there's things that you can't control. The things you can't control, you got to let them go. Hey, that's it. I can, I will, I must. Make it a should, make it a must. And here's the most important question is, why do you do what you do? You know, when you think about being an entrepreneur, it's all about freedom. Freedom to do what you want, when you want, whatever you want, with whom you want, at any given time. And there's a price to pay. And that's working the first 25 hours a day. Every day. No timeouts. Have a great day. Have a great week. And once again, I certainly thank you for spending this time with me. Have a good day. Have a good week. Bye-bye. See you next week.